Hi, I'm here to introduce you to the features and functionality of your 6930 model administrative phone. At the top of your phone will have your extension number, so in this case 1001. And then below it will say My Phone and line 2, and those two keys are for your own extension. Then below it and to the right will be additional keys that may be programmed for your particular purpose. In this case, this phone has an appearance of the principal. If I'm a main answer point, I might have keys that are labeled main line, or if it's a department line or information services, it will be listed on one of these keys. You also may have some keys that are used as a message waiting indicator for your group or department or main office. Below the screen are 5 soft keys, and these features and functionalities will change depending on where you're at in a phone call process. Right now, there's only a prompt for hot desk, and hot desk will be used for staff that travel from site to site, such as social workers, and they'll use that to log in with their extension. To the right of those soft keys is your navigation tool. It will allow you to scroll left and right, up and down, and the center you push to select an option, and that'll be demonstrated in some of the other features. Down at the bottom of the phone are fixed feature keys that I'm going to go through. The first one is your speaker key. So if I want to make a call on my speaker phone, I can just start dialing, and it will automatically pick up my speaker phone. Going to hang up for that right now. When you dial out, you will need to dial 91 plus the phone number, so that will be required. If I'm on my speaker phone, if I've answered it or made a phone call on my speaker phone, and I want to go to my handset, I will lift the handset and continue my call. If I want to go back to the speaker phone, I'll hit the speaker key first, then put my handset down to continue on the speakerphone. When I'm ready to hang up, I can either hit this red goodbye key or the soft key that says end call. Above the speaker key is your mute key. The mute key will mute either your speakerphone or your handset. If I'm making a call on my speakerphone, and I want to mute the microphone, I can do that. I'll be able to continue the call and take the mute off when I want to. It would also mute the handset on any call. Above that is the pause symbol, which is your hold key. If you have a call and you want to place it on hold, it has a blue phone icon when I'm on the call. I hit the pause key or the hold key, and now I get that pause symbol at the top of my phone. When I want to go back to the caller, I can select that line and be reconnected. Above the hold key is your redial key. If you press that, your call history will come up, automatically going to all your outgoing calls. I will then use my navigation tool to scroll over and up and down in the list to the person I would like to call. And when I've selected it, I can then press dial. And then I can hit end call or the red handset to disconnect that call if I choose. As I said, the red handset will disconnect any call or cancel the last thing you were doing. So if I start dialing and make a mistake, I could backspace to correct it, or if I'd completed the number and it started going out, I could just hit this to disconnect and start over again. On the other side of my keypad are the volume keys. These will adjust the volume on my ringer, my handset volume, and my speakerphone. So if I need to increase my speakerphone volume, I can use that. If I am on my handset, I can just press those keys to increase the volume, and it says handset volume. And if I want to adjust my ringer volume while my phone is ringing, I can use the volume keys to turn that up or down. Above the volume keys is your gear icon, which is for your settings. If I press that key, my display changes, and I can scroll through these different options. One of the things I can show you to demonstrate is how to change your ringtone for your telephone. So if you'd like to have a different ringer, if you work in an area where there's multiple phones and you want to make yours unique, go to Audio, hit Select, and your phone will start to ring, and I can scroll over to a list of different types of phone ringing. When I get to one that I like, I would hit Save. I can also adjust my screen brightness here by going to Display and hitting Select. And it gives me an option to change my brightness level on my screen, how long until my screensaver turns on, and the dimness level when my screensaver on. So I could make changes to that if I chose. And I would again use my scroll bar to go through those different options. And I'm just going to hit Cancel to get out of that, and Close to get out of my settings screen. Above the settings key is your voicemail key. It looks like a little tape recorder icon. When you have voicemail, you will have a light at the top of your phone that flashes red. And if you choose to use your telephone, you can just press this key.
Welcome to the message center. Please enter a mailbox number or wait.
And it would go to please enter your security code. You will also, with the new system, have voicemail to email notification. So when you do have voicemail, you will get an email, and in the subject line will have the date and time of the message and the caller ID. And there will be a link that you can click on to listen to your message on your PC. And if you have access to your email on your cell phone, you can listen to it on that also. Above that is the two arrows. And when you press this, it pops up with call history. So that is your call history key. And you have options. I want to look at all the calls made to and from my phone, just my missed calls, just my outgoing calls, or just my received calls. So similar to the redial, I would scroll over and select from the list, and then I could hit dial to call that phone. Okay, the next key is your contacts. So if you press this, you will want to scroll down to corporate, and you can look up the extension number by last name of anyone within the district. And at the top of your phone is the search field. I will use my keypad to type in the first few letters of the person's last name. And if I make a mistake, I can backspace. So I type in at least 3 letters and then do a search. And now I have a list of multiple matches, and I can just scroll down to who I'm looking for. And I'm looking for Julie, and I could press dial to call her extension. Okay, next I'm going to show you how to program your own personal speed calls. Any keys that are not pre-programmed for you will be blank, and you can use those for your own personal speed calls. All you need to do is select one of the blank keys, press it, and hold it down until the screen changes to this one. There's now an area for me to put a label, and I'm going to use my keypad to enter that. And it's like old school texting. And again, just like before, I can backspace if I make a mistake. The star, if you enter that twice, is a space, and you can continue. And I'm just typing in Jimmy John's to give you an example. Then I would use my navigation to scroll down to the number field. I need to include the 9 and the 1 and the phone number. So whatever the number is for Jimmy John's, I would enter that. When I'm done, I will hit save. And now I have a button labeled Jimmy John's. If I need to change that or correct it, I hold it down again till the screen pops up. I can make any adjustments here by scrolling through and backspace or using the navigation wheel, or I can just delete it if I no longer need that key. And it will save it, and now it is gone. The next thing that we'll show you is how to transfer a call. So if you receive a call and you want to transfer it to someone else, once I've answered the call, my prompts change. Now I have a prompt for transfer. So I'm going to transfer this call to Julie. I'm going to dial her extension and announce the call.
Information Technology, this is Julie.
Hi Julie, I have a call for you.
Okay, thank you.
Here you go. And I hit the transfer key again, and it's now been transferred to Julie. Now I don't need to wait on the phone to announce the call. I could do this. Once I've answered the call and hit transfer, just dial the extension and hit transfer right away, and it goes right to Julie. And if Julie did not answer, it would go to her personal voicemail. If I'm also in the process of a transfer and the person I'm looking for doesn't answer, so their phone's ringing, they're not picking up, I can hit this prompt back to held to go back to my original caller and either give them an update, or maybe I want to look for someone else. And when I'm done, I can just hit end call. So those are your transfer options. Now sometimes you might want to do a conference call. Commonly you want to do a 3-party conference, but you can go up to 8 people, and that's including yourself. So I'll demonstrate a quick conference call. I've answered the call, or I've made a call, it doesn't matter. I'm going to hit the prompt for add user. And I will call another person. It could be in district by their 4-digit extension.
Information Technology, this is Julie.
Hi Julie, I'm going to join you on a conference call.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm going to press join calls now. You'll hear a tone, and now your display says 3-party conference. So those are your basic features and functionality of your 6930 administrative phone. There will be additional training material on the district website. Thank you.